Hello everyone, welcome to Halo Moon Tarot. This is your weekly reading for Leo. How are you guys this week? It's a general read, take it how it resonates, could be any aspect of your life. I want to welcome the new viewers. Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment away if you wish. And thank you to new subscribers and always my regular viewers. Leo, let's see what's coming in. Awakening. And someone's taking a little pause. Yep, just hanging around, looking at things from a different perspective. Yeah, there's been some sort of deception. Someone made an unwise choice. Yeah, it's telling somebody here's gone through a bit of an awakening. It could be yourself taking a pause, looking at things from a different perspective. There's been some sort of deception or deceit. Now, it could be mind games, manipulation. It's often someone who feels kind of defeated. Yeah. We have a single person here. So someone looking out for themselves. They got it all going on. Yeah, someone's checking someone out, but you can see someone is feeling a little bit defeated, or it could be mixed messages and signals. I'm going to clarify that. Yeah, so we have the Ace of Wands, me. Someone who's focused on self. Yeah, someone here was kind of being all about themselves, all about me. But I can guarantee you this is someone who sees someone who's got it all going on. Someone's gone through an awakening, and this often shows someone who's been deceived. Like I say, it's some trust issues. We'll see. But this is about me. Someone here focusing on themselves. And it is Ace of Wands, so it shows someone who's really attracted to someone. Yeah, you got the King of Wands, yeah. Like I say, it's an energy of a little bit of trust here. King of Wands is generally someone who, definitely you can see this person kind of focused on self, maybe a little self-absorbed, but it's often because someone's going through an awakening. It could be someone who's been deceived, so we'll see. Yeah, someone here's releasing. See, ready for new. Reviewing the past with kindness and compassion. Someone's releasing this. Because they see someone who's got it all going on. But it's someone who has trust issues. So this looks like someone was trying to start something and get something going, because it's a person who focuses on something until they get it. But it's someone, I feel, who just wasn't ready for something new. So it is about healing. It is an energy of releasing and renew. This is someone who's now ready for something new. So they've let go of this. Wow. Tell me about the awakening. This is someone who's it's still the energy of checking someone out, but you can see this is someone not trusting something. It could be someone who made a bad choice. It could be baggage that needs to be released. Look at that. There's the Ace of Cups. Someone's cup overflows with emotion, renew. Someone who's ready for new. You may have dealt with someone who has been deceived. But we'll see. Let's have, because this is someone's cup overflowing with emotion. Someone here's ready for new, a fresh new start. Yeah, so someone here's dealt with the Tower, but this is going to be a little bit of a shock surprise. It's something that comes in sudden. So it is someone who's gone through an awakening, like that Tower moment. But what this person's realizing is their cup's overflowing with emotion. So they wanted this, but they weren't ready because the Tower had come down. Yeah, see, someone finds someone really attractive, but this is someone who needed to focus on themselves, because this is someone who definitely wasn't ready. Yeah, shock, the Tower. But I'm going to tell you what's interesting is you're going to be a little bit shocked and surprised here. There's definitely attraction here. Yeah. Tell me about the Ace of Wands, the me. Yeah, see, someone focused on self. This person was where they needed to be. Because they were. This is what awakenings do. They get you to focus on yourself, your past. You can see this person, see, they were kind of a little self-absorbed, right? Because they needed to. They needed to focus on themselves. So someone who wasn't ready. Tell me about the King of Wands. But now this person's feeling ready. They've ended something very painful. It was definitely deception. Now you can see the sun starting to shine. So whatever it is, it's now that this is over, it's a relief. This person feels relieved. But they needed to do what they needed to do. Now they're ready for something new. Painful period is over. Yeah, so someone who wants to come in and offer you this cup. See, their cup actually was overflowing. They're very interested. They're finding someone super attractive. There's so much desire. It's like a shock. It's something that started suddenly, but it triggered. This person got triggered. So it triggered this person to go through an awakening. That's what often happens because they were not ready. They didn't trust. They don't trust. Yeah. So this person's definitely, yeah. So you can feel this person's feeling sad. They have some regret and remorse. They're feeling sad. So I do feel this is like you may have crossed paths with this person at this time. But it did trigger an awakening, which is good because they heal. This is someone who needed to be where they needed to be. They needed to focus on themselves. They needed to look at this. Yeah, but now this person is feeling ready. See, they're coming in with a cup. They want to talk. Yeah, they're feeling emotionally ready. Wow. Yeah, but you can see, yeah. So this is definitely an energy of something that ended. It's over now. And definitely I can see this person being kind of relieved. Okay, because the sun starts to shine. Yeah. So someone had to deal with something. They have to get something off their chest. Tell me about renewal. Yeah, you got a person coming in to speak truth. This is all about the future. This is someone who wasn't ready. I can tell their sword was up. They weren't emotionally ready. Now this person's putting on the brakes, taking another look. They're very much in control. They are going to take the lead. They feel confident and determined to succeed. So for the future, to be happy in the future, they needed to deal with this. And they're coming in to talk to you. Now, if this is someone who, I mean, to me, I don't really see what this person's done, but they definitely weren't ready because it looks like they got triggered. I can guarantee you this person got triggered. It's pushed them into the awakening, the wake-up call, right? Yeah. But they definitely were skeptical. Their sword was up, but they're coming in to talk. They weren't ready for something new, but they want to talk. They definitely see a future here. They already see a future with you. But this person's definitely more, they're happier. See, this is someone who had to learn to make themselves happy before they could make someone happy. So they weren't happy. This is often, like I say, is somebody who often looks at the bright side, right? Because they are a person who generally does. But something changed this person. See, inner transformation, but there was external things. Like I feel they got triggered. And there was definitely a lot of sadness. See, feeling like there wasn't a lot of hope. Yeah, but there is. Yeah, see, there it is. Taking a pause, seeing things completely different now. Yeah. Wow. Tell me more about the Knight of Cups. Yeah, see, they're definitely happier. This is somebody who wasn't very happy. They wanted this because there is attraction, desire, but they needed to end something before they could start something new. So it is someone who probably put on the brakes. They're definitely taking another look. See, they feel so happy, so confident. See, it's about making better decisions, judgment, out with the old. But it is healing. This is someone who's gone through an awakening. Big time. Because they got triggered, yeah. So they have a lot of regret, stress, anxiety, whatever they were dealing with. It was really heavy. Sleepless nights. But it is an energy. This person's coming in for a do-over. They want another chance. They're coming in to tell you the truth. This person was not ready. See, they were not over something. They hadn't healed. Yeah, you can see, yeah. This person, I think, is a little bit worried that you've lost interest. They were interested. They definitely were. But they were dealing with this. Yeah. Yeah. Patience, right? Yeah. So it was something karmic. Something very unhealthy that they need to deal with. Boy, did this person get triggered. I mean, the devil is all kinds of energies, but I can see the karmic energy where they were, this is the awakening. Yeah, see, crossroads. You may have crossed paths with this person at this time. See, between two worlds. I do feel they were single, like they are a loyal person, but like something triggered this person. Now we have this little bit of time in between two worlds here. See, you cross paths with this person at this time. They were still focused on this. They want to make this right. Like I can see this person, see, going through the healing. And I do feel finding clarity. This person definitely felt very helpless, hopeless, like something was out of their control. Yeah, but they got everything under control. They're determined to succeed. Yeah, so there was a lot of hurt. They may have hurt you in the process because they came across as cold. But they are someone who generally speaks truth. This is generally a loyal person. So they definitely was a lot of hurt. So they were between two worlds. They hadn't healed. But I do think this is someone who may have hurt you. It's definitely someone who often tries to protect someone. This is why they could have put on the brakes, because they wanted to protect you from this. There could have been jealousy, all kinds of things going on. A very unhealthy situation. Yeah. Triggered. Yeah, they are breaking free. So this person is free from this situation. See, their pride, their ego took a hit too. Somebody did something to this person, but it's pushed them into an awakening. Now they're breaking free. Now they're looking at things. See, they're ready to move forward. Yeah, their pride and ego got in the way. It took a hit. See, they felt defeated. But you crossed past. You showed interest. Yeah, they moved on from this. But it is about moving forward, looking at the bright side, coming into this with a much more positive. See, I feel this is someone who dealt with something that, to me, it almost looks like it was something that it wasn't going the distance. And it's very well, like I say, somebody was maybe playing the field. They weren't quite ready. But to me, it looks more like they've just broke free. They've had some kind of victory here. See the victory? Yeah. Yeah, I feel this is someone who pushed you away. See, they weren't believing this. They weren't trusting it. They had trust issues. So this is someone who may have blocked you or pushed you away. Maybe you stood up to this person, but I kind of feel like it's more like they projected whatever that was onto you. So they kind of pushed you away. Yeah, they were being very careful what they believe. Look at that Empress energy. Ah, yeah. So this is, oh my gosh. Yeah, so this is definitely an energy of, the Empress has a lot of abundance. This is the start of something new. This person's ready, and I definitely feel they're taking another look. This is what they see, the Empress. Someone who's kind, compassionate, caring, someone who's stable. I mean, it's the whole package. Yeah. But this is, like I say, this person is now free to explore other options and opportunities. So you're not chasing this person either. So there was trust issues. They're looking at this. They're analyzing it. They're very analytical. But you can see they weren't ready. But now this person's looking at the bright side. See, this is generally someone who's very positive, very happy. See, you're attracting what you desire with kindness, compassion. See, that energy of the Empress. See, you're ready for something new, being open. I think this person wants a do-over. Can we start over? They're going to tell you a truth. They're an open book. If you ask them, they'll tell you the truth. That it's someone who definitely wasn't ready for anything new. But I do think this person has learned that you are open and available. Yeah. This is someone who already kind of sees you as their person because they feel like they need to protect you. So, like I say, I feel like we've got some Sagittarius energy. Aries, Leo. We have some Cancer energy, some Pisces energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, strong Libra. Yeah. Tell me more about this King of Swords. See, it's all about the future. They see a future here. But at this point, they didn't. And I can see they put on the brakes. Look at that. See, it's about change, growth. The tables are turning. They definitely see the abundance. They definitely see this energy of change. Whatever this person dealt with, it changed them forever. So their sword went up. They have, I gotta tell you, they were really triggered. Something that was said or communicated triggered this person. I feel like they were technically free, but they were still focused on that. And they were kind of obsessed with it. Like it was a very unhealthy situation. But you're not chasing after them. Yeah, projection is protection. See, protecting everything they worked for. This is someone who's achieved a lot of goals. I do feel I wouldn't be surprised they still had to provide for someone. But it is about protecting you. They feel like they need to protect you. It is about jealousy. So I feel whatever they were dealing with, they were protecting you from maybe another person. But like I say, they see the whole package. The Empress is very open. Yep. See, it has to do with protecting their money. That's the energy they were in. So this is definitely someone who's, I feel, trying to avoid a disaster. And I definitely see financial stability. See, someone who's stable. This is planning, preparing, their hope coming into this, hoping for the best, but they are free from this karmic situation or just a really unhealthy situation. To me, when it's an awakening, it's usually something karmic. Yeah. Well, maybe they were with someone, they weren't giving them attention. Somebody wasn't giving someone enough attention. But the Empress isn't chasing. This is someone who's achieved a lot of goals, financial goals. They've worked very hard to get where they're at with this energy too. So they were in that energy. Tell me about the Empress. See, this person now, they know a good thing when they see it. But I also feel this person feels that you may have other options, opportunities. The Empress is always open for options, opportunities, but you can see this is someone kind of fantasizing. And I definitely feel, I mean, I wouldn't even be surprised. Like, I can see this awakening. I can see this person ending something very painful. And it was something that happened sudden, but they so got triggered. Why did this person get triggered? Why did they get triggered? I don't know if they were dealing with someone who was playing the field, dating other people. They weren't giving someone what they wanted, so they went and got attention elsewhere. And they were focused too much on their money, not giving them attention. I see what it was. Yeah, it's a lot of hurt. Tell me about this King of Swords. It is an energy of change and growth. You have time in between, time to move on, applying lessons learned, yeah. But it's about things calming down. See, all this time in between, there's all this change. I wouldn't be surprised this is someone who is moving, relocating. Yeah, tell me more about the Six of Swords. See, this is about, they were trying to avoid a disaster. They were trying to, I don't think they were trying to avoid you, but they were, and if they were, they're trying to avoid a disaster. They're protecting you from this because they're not over it. Wow. Yep, you can see the Star releasing things that no longer serve. It is about worth and value, but it's whether the feelings are mutual. So I wouldn't be surprised somebody knows someone here too, because this person somehow has that sword up, like they need to protect you. And like it could be because they had just cut somebody out. They're clearing things out. But it has to do with, this person's well respected. Like, I do think they're respected. So maybe you felt disrespected. But there's, to me, I feel almost like we've got these, the King of Wands and the King of Swords. It is about stability. It is about long-term planning. Yeah, thanks, but no thanks. So yeah, it is somebody who feels they missed an opportunity. The situation didn't serve. See, they didn't trust. They so triggered. Yep, they're working too. This is someone working, putting in a lot of effort. They're building. This is someone rebuilding after a tower. So they're very much focused on work. This is the path. They had to do what was right for them, the path. But the star is releasing, letting go of things that no longer serve. But it has to do with learning that the feelings are mutual. See, I feel like the feelings are mutual. You're very attracted to this person. But they are coming in to speak truth. So they definitely weren't over something. Yeah, as somebody who rushed in and rushed out, feeling overwhelmed. See, under a lot of pressure. See, sleepless nights, stress, anxiety. Yeah. See, they went for it because they found you attractive. There was desire. But they definitely put on the brakes. They're definitely taking another look. And I can tell you, this person, there's definitely regret here because they feel they missed an opportunity. But it is about, I feel, protecting you from the fallout of this, because you can see it wasn't completely over. Now we have the Six of Swords. I do think they were moving on, moving, relocating. But look at, there's change. I think this person had someone who kept coming back around. Whatever it is, it's changed this person forever. So they're definitely very skeptical. They have a lot of experience. Tell me more about this King of Swords. Yeah, they felt pretty beat up. See, it's someone who feels beat up. They feel like giving up. And see, they weren't over something. They hadn't put it all behind. They wanted it to be behind because I can see once it's over, they're relieved. They avoided a disaster, so something major was going on. Oh my gosh, but this is someone who sees a future with you, and I feel now the tables are turning. They're not going to give up. They're taking another look. They're coming in to take control. See, something got out of control. Something got very much out of control. They kind of lost control of things. Yeah, but someone rushing, busy, right? Feeling a lot of stress, anxiety. They're going to tell you they found you extremely attractive, like they were so into this. But like I say, it looks like they had just ended it. Now they see the Empress open. So now this person's kind of panicking that you're open to someone else. And I do feel they feel protective of you. See, they're manifesting. They now feel they have everything they need to manifest their desires. I think this is someone who may be projected onto you. I really do. But you can see all this growth. I wouldn't be surprised they were moving, relocating, but they've moved on. See, waiting for things to calm down. See, it's an energy of being patient. This person's someone who's learning to be patient, too. They're not the most patient person. Because this is someone who rushed into something with someone, and it certainly wasn't going the distance. So you see, there's a need for clarity. See, they want to clear something up. There was a lot of confusion, illusion. See, it's sort of too good to be true. So this person was definitely in the energy of the moon, right? Where there's confusion, but there is going to be clarity because they're seeing the light with the King of Swords. Yeah, releasing all this baggage. This is somebody who was kind of trying to do the right thing. But they are definitely in that protecting, wanting to protect the other person. But at the same time, they're trying to protect their money, their finances. I feel like this is someone who definitely there was the Tower, a sudden ending. And if you cross paths with this person, something triggered this person. Could be something that you said. See, the Queen of Swords. Could be somebody well-meaning, someone giving someone advice. I wouldn't be surprised this is someone else giving someone advice, because the stars here see well-meaning advice. But it has to do with speaking truth. See, the tables are turning, so it could be something that you said that triggered this person. Tell me about the Queen of Swords. Yeah, this is an energy. We got some Aries energy. So you may be dealing with an Aries. So this is someone who definitely took that leap of faith and then put on the brakes. Because whatever it is that happened before, they don't want that to happen again. But they definitely are someone who felt like everything was out of control. They had to take control. I think it could be a work situation, a business, but because I do see working and building, and I definitely feel this is someone who wasn't giving someone a lot of attention. They're providing for them, so they're working, but they weren't giving someone attention, so they went off and got attention somewhere else. So there was some deception here. Yeah, this person was not in a good place. But the energy of the Fool is this person, see, reflecting on this, leaving it behind. Coming to take a leap of faith. So the Empress is just sitting here open. And I do think it's this person going to take this leap of faith. But you can flip the energy, because I do see a king of, I do see Aries. I do see Sagittarius. But I also feel for some of you, this is actually a Leo energy where they're dealing with this. Because I can see this person's energy of putting on the brakes and taking another look. It's somebody who kind of feels a little bit like a fool, but I feel as far as yourself, it's telling you to kind of look at this. Okay? It is about putting the shoe on the other foot, how the other person feels. It is about looking before you leap. But it definitely is an energy of someone having to take a leap of faith. See, this is somebody who took a risk and they weren't ready. Yeah, I don't know what all happened. Yeah, you can see maybe somebody younger, but you can see some of you have a person who's kind of self-absorbed. They're having to do what they need to do, though. See, focused on the wand, see that physical connection. But it is somebody who finds you very attractive. Whoever this other person is, because I can see Aries, Leo, and Sag energy here. And I do see some Gemini. See, this is someone they want to communicate. They want to talk to you. Now, it could be someone finding out that you've talked to this other person, and they may be feeling like they need to protect you. But I can see so much triggering here. And an absolute awakening. It is the wake-up call, right? Where this person needs to take action. But it is about avoiding a disaster. See, now the tables are turning. This person sees you in a favorable light. So it's not really you. It has to do with everything that's going on. It wasn't you, it was them. Now they may have been dealing with somebody younger too. Yeah, here for a good, see, it's something that wasn't going to go the distance, someone younger. And this is where I feel they kind of were trying to avoid all this. Yeah, see, they're now seeing what they didn't see before. So it's a person becoming very much aware, self-aware. Because they're aware of something. But it's definitely someone who's taking off the blindfold to see what they didn't see. But I feel like some of you aren't going to see this coming. And if you have multiple opportunities, one of these people wants a do-over. They want a fresh new start. Can we just put this behind us and start over? Because they're coming in with truth. So it's up to you to decide, because it does look like some sort of reconciliation. To me, it looks like it's something that didn't go anywhere. Anyway, one of these situations isn't going anywhere. And I feel like it's the person coming in to tell you the truth. The King of Swords. They're determined to succeed. Yeah, see, leaving the past behind. I see a little romanticizing, reminiscing. Someone's looking at what happened, how everything played out. And they're seeing things they didn't see before. So, wow. I'm going to grab a couple charms on the Six of Cups. Yeah, see, it has to do with someone's history, lifestyle. See, the tree. So someone's trying to protect you from someone here. Yeah, it's a person who's wise. See, they see very clearly. I think you got a person trying to protect you from someone else. If they know you've been talking to a particular person or someone that they've dealt with before, see someone's history, their childhood. And somebody who's very wise, like they have a lot of experience. And I wouldn't be surprised there's some kind of advice too. But yeah, and look at that. We've got love, some sort of truth about love. So this is definitely a person who wants another chance, another opportunity. And if you have multiple opportunities, Leo, definitely look before you leap, okay? If you're getting advice from people, there could be unwanted advice where someone gives you advice that may not be the best advice. So always follow your own heart. See, this is about new, being open to new. And it very well could be yourself that got triggered by something here. I wouldn't be surprised. So it's all about releasing all these things that no longer serve. There's a lot of fantasizing and romanticizing too. This is someone here, it's sort of like, whatever it wasn't you, it was them. Okay, that's what it's telling me in the end. If you have this person who pushed you away, it's because they're trying to protect you from something. But the tables are turning in your favor, things calming down. See, they're manifesting. They feel prepared. They have everything they need. They want to talk. Take care. Bye for now.